Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network. Welcome back to another installment of Bodybuilding Daily, where we talk about all things hot topic and trending in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I wanted to quickly go through the 2023 Evil-Gen Prague Pro, or the Evils, right? EVLS. I never get that one right. It's always a tricky thing. Now, I did want to quickly go through some predictions and some of the gentlemen standing out for me in the men's open bodybuilding division. We will have, ladies and gentlemen, a more in-depth breakdown of the lineup to include the 212 and Classic division at this show. So stay tuned for that. That'll come out approximately tomorrow, Thursday, at the latest Friday. So stay tuned for that coverage. Now, let's go ahead and go into some of the people I thought were very exciting in this scorecard and some of the people I anticipate you're going to see in that first call out. Now, looking right at the scorecard, we have Marcelo De Angelis. Now, this guy, Horse MD, phenomenal pro debut last weekend at the Romania Pro. He placed third, not fourth. Third. So thank you everyone in the comment sections for that correction. This is why BNN is such an awesome community, is because we come together to make everything better. We also have Nathan Diasha going to be in this conversation. Expect him to be a first call out, battling it out. Debatably top 3, top 4 in this show. We also have Rob Cannon from the United Kingdoms. Expect to see him in that top 10. Samson Dauda, a big name here. Expect him to come in first place here. He's going to be battling it out for that 1 and 2. Roman Fritz, another Olympian, a men's open bodybuilding Olympian. We just saw him compete at the Mr. Olympia just a few weeks ago. Expect to see him in your first call out. Michael Krizo, aka Michael Krizanek from Slovakia, another top Olympian, placing, I think it was 8th this year, was it? Correct me if I'm wrong here, 8th or 9th at this most recent Mr. Olympia, another great name. And then we also have Jan Turek, who's going to be an underdog, going to battle it out, great conditioning. And also we have EP09's favorite bodybuilder currently, Liang Yan, is coming out of China. And this guy placed in the top 4, I believe it was, at the... Was it the Italy Pro, the Olympus Pro? He did a phenomenal job there, brought an amazing structure, a lot of muscle, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of muscle. So expect him to be in that conversation as well, as long as he brings enough conditioning. And also from Palestine, Sarhan, a underdog here. He's really good. He's really competitive. Expect to see him battling it out here as well. Again, we will go into a more detailed list in the coming days, but that's just a quick overview. I wanted to talk about Horse MD quickly. We'll touch on Samson Dauda and what we expect to see from him in the rest of the competitive calendar here, as Totoro is literally eating my cables. What are you doing? Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? We're live, baby. Anyways, when we talk about Horse MD, the dude is just so impressive. The amount of conditioning he was able to bring, the amount of structure he was able to retain from his classic physique competitive season into his men's open bodybuilding debut, I thought was absolutely, I'm going to say it, absolutely phenomenal. And I'm very, very excited to see exactly what he's able to do in the remainder of this 2024 Olympia qualifying season. We will have a short break around Christmas, as every year the shows shut down, and then around the Arnold Classic in March, everything starts firing back up, at least in the men's open bodybuilding division. And my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, and let me know down below what your thoughts are, but is Horse MD, Marcelo De Angelis, do you think he is a 2024 Olympia caliber competitor? Do you think he has the capability to win a pro show in 2024? In my opinion, if you want to hear my thoughts, I absolutely do think it is possible. I think that when we look at his dimensions, his structure, the Brazil team, he's got Rafael Brandao helping him out. I think all of that combined is going to really bring a very impressive package once he's able to perfect the contest prep with all this new muscle. Being able to retain all this new extra stage weight is something relatively new to him, and he's going to need a little bit more time to perfect that package he brings to the stage. So that is my thoughts on him. I also wanted to briefly touch that Behrooz will not be at this show, as for going into Prague, it would seem that Iranian competitors have visa issues. So we will not get to see that exciting rematch between Behrooz and Samson Dauda. But we will be able to see a relatively similar battle between Horse MD, Nathan Diasha, and Samson Dauda. I don't think that the gentleman that placed fifth, Mo Foda, I do not see him in this lineup, and that probably is a visa issue as well. That would also be a very exciting competitor to see again. And it did seem that Jonathan, the photographer for that Romania show, finally did release the video content for his posing routine some week after everyone else's was released. I thought that was very interesting that it took that long, but that footage is out, and we will do some breakdowns and some side-by-sides. I did see a comment saying you wanted to see Mo Foda versus Samson Dauda, so expect to see that sometime over the weekend when I have a little bit more downtime. I do have a friend here from Philadelphia visiting, and the time is just crunched, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get this content out for you. So I do hope you appreciate just this small look into the Prague Pro. Also, I did promise you I was going to talk about Samson just for a little bit. Now, when you look at Samson, when you look at him and what he did at the Romania, when you look at the footage, was it something that really blew you away? Was the package that you saw at the Mr. Olympia similar to what we saw at Romania? And I'll also say this. When you look at Samson Dauda, does he really blow you away because of the size difference from the other people in the top 6 at the Mr. Olympia? Or is he not as impressive when he's standing next to other tall, muscularly complete competitive bodybuilders? You think about Andrew Jacked. This guy is a brand new pro. He's only been around for 2 years, I do believe it is, and he still has a lot of work to do to complete that physique. He's the only tall guy in that first call out. He's the only guy that really gets to compare to Samson Dauda. Brandon Curry's a little taller, but not much. And Brandon Curry has a lot of issues in his physique that are starting to show more and more every single Olympia year. So my question to you, and I'm not trying to be a anti-Samson guy right now, but my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, is, was Samson Dauda's package at the Romania as impressive as you remember it? When we look at the footage, and you can go ahead and mute this and look back through the footage and watch it over and over again, but I really wasn't blown away with what he brought. I thought that it was pretty soft. I didn't see a lot of conditioning. I didn't see a lot of separation, and I didn't see a lot of detail. What I did see was crazy shape, beautiful structure, very nice, beautiful posing. But when we look at a bodybuilding show, when we look at the criteria of what the judges should be looking at, I didn't think Samson Dauda had all those boxes checked. And I really do think that he left the door open. And if he continues to compete, like he says, at the Prague, the Arnold UK, and the Arnold Ohio, if he continues to compete with that level of conditioning and presentation, I really do think he's going to leave the door open for a hungry competitor that's going to do the work and come in shape and come in shredded and come in completely detailed all the way down to the socks. So that's my thoughts. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below on the Prague Pro lineup, your thoughts on Horse MD and whether or not he can win a show and what show you think he might do. If you have some insider information, please message me on Instagram. I do appreciate it. And your thoughts on Samson Dauda and his possibility of not winning every single show he does this year. I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.